tried nearly all the diets under the sun. Tried keto, I've tried paleo, I've tried low carb, and many, many more. But I've gone 30 days carnivore, and I honestly believe it's changed my life for the better. And it is really going to be a video where I'm kind of honest and accountable to myself. And what I mean by that is, you know, how do I feel day to day, and how these 5 key quality of life improvements have basically, I've never seen such drastic change in 30 days with any other diet. Keto may have come close, but carnivore, for some reason, these 30 days have been so prominent in terms of its impact and how it's kind of really helped me to basically change my life for the better and improve my day to day. How's it going, everyone? Chris Strider here, and basically this 30-day carnivore diet is, as you can tell, has made me very happy in general. I've never felt so good eating a steak. I actually look forward to it. I'm actually satiated by it. I actually get my energy and nearly all my nutrients from it. But just to talk specifically about this 30-day diet journey, is I've basically taken the route of bacon, eggs with a bit of cheese and dairy for breakfast, and with a can of tuna or salmon for those omega-3 fats, and a bit of those 6s as well, I suppose. And basically 2 steaks for dinner. And if I don't have 2 steaks, it's a steak with some sort of sausages basically. But I try to keep it as much beef as possible. I haven't eaten every day. I guess the other caveat for this carnivore journey for these 30 days is that I've been basically eating for 4 days, and I've had low calorie days for the other 3. I was thinking about intermittent fasting, but I just believe to retain the current muscle mass that I have.
You love this game? I mean, love it with your whole heart. Because if you don't, let's not even bother. Let's not open that door. They're just gonna slam it right in our face. Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about? Let's face it, it's you against you out there. When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there. I don't care if LeBron's playing. So let me ask you again, do you love this game?
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Just to summarize, I'm about 178 right now in terms of kilos. So that's about 390 something pounds. And the result is I've lost 11 kilos or 25 pounds specifically in these last 30 days. And I would say a quarter of that is probably water weight, to be honest. How strict am I really with this carnivore 30 day? Well, the 2 things that I have had in these 30 days is, it's not that I haven't struggled by giving up coffee or having coffee in this diet. It's just that if you have coffee with whole milk or milk specifically, it kind of balances out the way your caffeine is absorbed by your metabolism and your body in terms of how alert are you, what kind of energy bump does it give you before you go to the gym, for example. And I want to say with clarity is that I've had 2 coffees a day, and I only take it for the positives. I believe the coffee in this carnivore challenge specifically has given me more benefits than cons. I honestly believe if you want to follow like a really strict carnivore challenge, then go for it. But if I'm 98% there, then I think that's a good enough result for me specifically and my anecdotal experience. Now, these 30 days are basically summarized into going to the gym 3 days a week, a basketball game day, which is about 2 hours of cardio, a basketball training day, which is about 1 hour of cardio, and my non-eating days, I go for about a 4 to 5 kilometer walk, or roughly about 5 to 7,000 steps on average. I don't have a smartwatch with me or anything like that. I basically look at the map and I go, okay, put point A to point B in Google Maps and say, okay, well, basically walking to, for example, in my area to the beach and back is about 4 to 5K. So 2.5K each way, just about. So I'm like, all right, we'll just do that. Probably the biggest thing that affects every person day to day is inflammation and recovery. And diet, like every fitness guru or YouTuber or personal trainer has said, is it's about 80% of your life. And I've had the keto flu during the first week of doing this carnivore diet, and I got over those symptoms relatively quickly. Now, I did the wonderful thing of doing my leg day with 100% effort and going for like, not PBs, but my normal reps and stuff and weights and stuff like that, which is not a good idea when you're trying to fat adapt because you're deprived of glycogen and carbohydrates in terms of trying to make that transition into, you could say, ketosis and fat adaptation. And when I went for my usual 500 kilo leg press, 3 or 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps, kind of nearly died. So don't do that when you're trying to fat adapt for the first week or two, pushing yourself to the limit. And I nearly blacked out with 500 kilos on top of me. And if I did, I don't know what would have happened. So when I was having the keto flu, it's just basically, I just had headaches, and then those headaches went away for the first week. I didn't really have any other symptoms. Now, inflammation recovery, first week was really tough. Second week was really tough, but the third week, it just felt like the weights have been lifted off my calves. And I have pretty massive calves. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be humble about that. My calves are massive, and basically the people in my life know how big they are. So I don't know if I want to get my legs up. It's a bit tough, but I will try leaning back. These, I can't be stuffed. You can see them in a couple of my basketball videos and highlights that I have throughout this little montage in the gym and stuff. I want to be serious in terms of how quick I'm recovering. Even though I'm only doing 3 gym days a week, those 3 days are really hard. I'm doing basically 6 to 8 exercises, 18 to 26 sets, and about an hour of gym, or just a little above an hour at the gym. Is that my inflammation is basically gone. I'm really happy that I used to have a bit of inflammation in my knees whenever I played really hard at basketball and I pushed myself to the limit. But after playing an hour or two of basketball, the inflammation is basically gone. And then the next day, I feel like I've fully recovered. So that's a really good sign for me. The one thing that I will want to talk about is your metabolism directly affects how much your inflammation and how your body recovers in general. And if you have good metabolic efficiency and a good metabolism in general, and your digestion and all that kind of stuff feels good, then you shouldn't really be experiencing any sort of inflammation or decreased amount of recovery. And if you are, that means that you have to fine tune your diet. That's basically the way I understand it and how that works. And that's why carnivore really, really works for me specifically. And I hope it works for all you guys watching and all you ladies watching as well. Now, the second thing that I really struggled with was plantar fasciitis, especially when I'm moving my 180 to 200 kilo body around the court. The amount of pressure that you put on your ankles and your heels specifically is very paramount, and especially if you don't have good basketball shoes. So make sure you have good basketball shoes if you're a big fella. And it's very, like, the pain that I was dealing with after basketball sessions was I was struggling to walk afterwards, and put on a brave face and stuff. But basically after the third week of this diet, my plantar fasciitis and my inflammation has gone. It's disappeared. I don't know where it is. It's missing in action. And I was experiencing a bit of inflammation in my calves when I was pushing myself. Like pulling my calf is pretty standard on the carnivore diet if you're doing any sort of movements. For me, is basketball or the gym. But now that's gone as well. I'm not pulling my calves anymore from the last 2 weeks. And that's really good to see. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about, so the first two, inflammation and recovery. The third thing I want to talk about is my dandruff. My dandruff has basically gone down. I've probably, if I had to give it a rough estimate, by 50%. And people that, or my family that do know me, is that I basically had a snow globe or snowflakes coming out of my hair. And sometimes my sisters would pull out those snowflakes. Let me know if you have any siblings that pull snowflakes out of your hair, because that happened to me quite a bit. So now that's basically gone. In terms of the only time I have dandruff is when I'm not taking care of my hair. I basically wash my hair about 2 to 3 times a week to try and keep it as healthy as possible, and I try to use as natural ingredients as possible. And I feel like the dandruff was a big quality of life improvement, because the worst thing I want to see is if I'm in a meeting or in the office and there's just dandruff on my shoulder, you know, it's not there anymore. So I'm pretty happy about that. And the carnivore diet really helps out with skin, nails, and breath and all that kind of stuff. So it just overall improves your body. Like, just give it a shot, diet. But the last kind of point that I really want to talk about is mental clarity. And what I mean by that is I've never really suffered from depression, and I don't let stress really get to me. But I think the day-to-day improvement of just worrying about the little things has kind of subsided, and I don't really use my energy to focus on, oh, I really need to send that email, or I don't really need to attend this meeting on the dot, or anything like that, or worry about what I'm going to say at a meeting and stuff. I just feel like that's all on, the term is not autopilot, but I just feel like my time management skills and just the way that a normal person should be functioning is there. And the best way I want to describe it is that I don't get easily distracted, as my energy and focus feels like I'm on a straight and narrow path and it hardly deviates. That's probably the best way I want to put it. I don't get as tired as often. If people are depressed and stressed, they tend to get more tired. I'm not tired whatsoever unless I really push myself to 100%. Feel genuinely here that if you feel like there's nothing is working for you, and this is just purely from my anecdotal experience, but these 30 days have definitely changed my life, and I'm gonna keep going. What's in the future for me? I'm gonna try it for 60 days. I'm gonna try it for 90 days. I'm gonna try it for 120 days, and I'm just gonna keep going, because I'm only going by how I'm feeling, and my body feels good when I'm on this diet. Now, in these 30 days, I've only cheated once, and that was during my birthday. I decided to have a Happy Garden / large Chinese feed or food container, and I basically had the 3, I still remember it, Mongolian beef with lemon chicken and spicy pork. My brother knows what's up with that. It's just, it hits different. So there's a bit of carbs, a bit of sugar, but my body just metabolized it, and I didn't feel it the next day whatsoever. I didn't feel it after as well. But that's enough of me. The 30-day carnivore day challenge for me, I wouldn't even call it a challenge. I just tried carnivore for 30 days and it impacted my life this much. And I'm very grateful for it as well. Now, that kind of leads me to my outro, which is, I think I'm going to use this for the rest of my life, to be honest, because it kind of has my YouTube name in it, which is be grateful for the past so you can appreciate the present so you can stride to the future. Anyways, if you've liked this video, give us a like. If you be part of the community, subscribe to the channel. And most of all, if you want to see how my weight loss journey is going week to week, check this link up here. Anyways, I'm Chris Strider. I feel massive. I feel like I'm more mobile than ever. I feel like my energy is straight. I feel like I'm going to be the best basketball player that I can ever be. And most of all, I just feel like me again. You know, I feel like me about 5-10 years ago. It's Chris Strider. Let you know your family, you love them. Let them know. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video, which is week 5 of my weight loss journey. I'll see you then. See you later. Love you guys.